Hey YouTube, hey, this video is for anyone considering upgrading their seats to the 60/40 bench, which in my opinion is an upgrade over the captain's chairs, but that's also because I'm 6'7", you know, and I have a larger torso length and bigger arms than most people. Anyway, I pulled out the captain's chair, and just know when you pull out the captain's chair, you're going to also be pulling out the center console that you can see the shadow of right there where it had been placed. And I'm getting ready to bolt this guy in. As far as the power connector goes, is plug and play. You just unplug the old one, plug the new one in, and you can see these bolt holes on the seat frame that's next to the door. They line up with the same holes that the captain's chairs have, but the exterior frame, or in this case closer to the 40 part, they don't line up with any holes, at least that are visible right here. So I may have to drill a hole through the well, I will have to drill a hole through the floor pan. The question is what's on the other side? Is it possibly there's some nuts welded in place, or will I wind up putting my own backing plate, like an A36 backing plate? Maybe that's what I'll wind up doing. But what I also wanted to show people here is when I drop this down and I line up the holes. See, it's almost lined up. There we go. And it's lined up back there. Then what you get is this fits if you want to leave the other captain's chair in. And I'm going to leave this captain's chair in, and the reason why is because I've got people that ride with me who are like, oh, I love the folding armrest so much. And I keep telling them this is a higher armrest and better, but they don't believe me. Well, now you can see it fits. Does it look a little funny? Yeah, it looks a little funny, but for those people who are demanding their own little armrest, they can have it. And you can tell it's lower. It's about an inch, maybe inch and a half lower. Anyway, it's pretty sweet. I like this setup a lot more. I like it because you can have a front passenger if you want, or you can just have more room to spread out. And I like the fact that you can fold this back and fold this back. And for those of us who grew up in a different era with bench seats, you can drive around, you know, with your arms spread out like this, resting across here, like the days of old of having a bench seat. So it's a little bit of best of both worlds. I really particularly like the fact that you can have an additional passenger right here. That's really nice. Or if you just want to have someone sitting close to you, or if you've got your dog with you and he wants to run around back and forth, he's not hesitant about jumping over the center console like my dog had been previously afraid of doing. And this folding armrest deal is pretty awesome. It's tilting back because I don't have it bolted in yet. For those of y'all who aren't aware, it pops open and you can make it into a place to write notes. There's even a little elastic thing to hold like a pin. The elastic's kind of worn out. And of course different companies make replacement lids for these. And some replacement lids have a recessed area here that you can like lay whatever you want to lay in there that's flat. And some of them even have adapters that support wireless charging. You push this lever right here, this pops open, and you got a handy spot for your cassettes, which of course I'm not going to be carrying any cassettes. And then a section here to hold some odds and ends. Out of the old one, I pulled my old coin changer. I don't know if this will fit quarters or not, but maybe it will. Yeah, it fits. They don't stay obviously locked in like they would in a device like this, for example. What is that? Does that say CD? CD storage. That's hilarious. That's funny that it has that there. Anyway, this is not as deep in its full storage as the center console was, but my center console largely had a bunch of crap in it. Now, the one downgrade of doing this thing is you lose your cup holders, but there are people who make a cup holder arrangement that rests in here And then when this closes, it holds them. It holds 2 cup holders right here. And if you need to remove them, for example, it's easy to remove. So I'm going to get one of those. Eventually, we'll do a review about that. And I'm real pleased about this. And I just can't believe no one else has done a video about how this looks on YouTube with it next to a captain's chair. I had the opportunity to buy the 40% part out of the same donor vehicle for cheap, but it was not electronic controls. And I thought to myself, you know what? I know I can always go back and get that. How will this fit with this armrest? And sure enough, it does. So for my persnickety passengers who still want their little armrest, they still have it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you get to keep your little armrest and I get to have my big armrest. So there you go. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody. I will post a follow-up video on what all exactly is involved with drilling these holes through the floor and securing backing plates and whatnot. But I'm really encouraged by this. I really like the way this is. And you know, some people say this is not an upgrade over the captain's chairs because these are not bucket seats. But honestly, if you do some investigation, this seat portion right here, the foam inside of it, it's the same foam setup as the foam over there. And auto shop upholsterers, when they repair these, what they do is they wind up cutting this end piece off and then using a special adhesive to glue it to the foam part of this. But you can tell this is the same sculpting here as it is over there. There's nothing different except for it's just a little bit wider. Anyway, hope this helps somebody. Y'all make it a great day.